Now, after a summer of rolling in the mud, jumping in lakes, and all of that, it might be time for your dog to see the groomer. Jen Murata is joining us this morning from East Coast Dog, which is a Halifax-based dog grooming and dog walking business. And Jen has brought in her dog Winston this morning. Hi, Winston. Winston's a sweetie.
He is. He's an older dog, so he's just kind of stiff and standing here and
love
wanting
Winston.
some love. Yeah.
13 years and counting, and he is a
13 years.
handsome boy and beautifully groomed. So let's talk about the business you have, which is East Coast Dog. You offer fear-free grooming. What does that mean?
Yeah, so it means really like the main thing is just keeping the comfort and safety of the dog as the most important aspect of our services. And that means being really, really careful to pay attention to their body language and having groomers and service staff who really understand that really well and know how to respond appropriately to ensure they're comfortable throughout the whole process.
Yeah, so grooming involves a shampoo and a dry and a clip.
Yeah.
And why do dogs find that stressful?
You know what? It is a very overstimulating environment. It often also that kind of stress comes in when they're introduced to the process itself. So if you're not really careful about how you're doing that and taking gradual steps to get them comfortable, it can leave them with kind of lasting impressions and stress moving forward with the process. So a lot of it has to do with just really calmly and slowly introducing them to the process. One of the things that we do is offer puppy grooms and really encourage customers to get their client or their pups in at an early age to start that process really gradually and slowly. It's also, I think it's important to note that it's not only in the process of the grooming itself and taking that slowly, but it's also in things like ensuring your staff is well taken care of and they are not stressed themselves. You know, they're able to take breaks and time off and be able to give that consistent and confident service themselves. A part of it is some training and certainly certification, but I think that almost is the smallest component of it. It really has to do with the intake process, communicating with the client, keeping the client, the human themselves comfortable and confident as well. Yeah. So it's a process between both the pet, and the client, as well as the groomer themselves.
Well, exactly. And it sounds like, how old is the age that you think you start grooming your dog?
Yeah, typically after they've had their first set of vaccines, just for safety purposes, and that's usually around 12 weeks or so. And we do those puppy grooms between the age of 3 to 6 months. And we actually require it if your pup is under the 6 months age. And we do what's called a puppy groom. It's a 1-hour intro session. And typically during those sessions, which I think sometimes people can be surprised by, is the fact that we don't often get a whole lot of grooming done in the sense of cutting their hair or trimming, all of those kinds of things. The main point is to just really slowly and gradually introduce them to new tools, the new people, and the new environment.
Well, that sounds like you really have given careful consideration to the whole process, and that
big time.
That's wonderful. Now, East Coast Dog's in the north end of Halifax. Who haven't been before. There's a shop there as well. What kind of products do you offer?
Yeah, we mainly focus on Canadian products. Have done that since day one. We just carry a lot of local products as well. I love how Winston's hair is just floofing.
He's shedding, but I am telling you, I don't know if for this breed of dog, if I pet a softer dog, and he smells great.
Yeah. Which is fine. He actually hasn't had a groom in a little while. He doesn't love the process himself. So but he also is a breed of dog that doesn't require regular grooming, like some dogs, like doodles and things like that. Another thing to note would be that consistency in service for dogs that do require grooming is making sure you're bringing them often enough that it's not a new and scary experience every time they come, or that you're dealing with heavy matting every time. So that is actually a big part of Fear Free as well, is ensuring that your clients are maintaining a regular schedule for their pups as well.
Oh, that's great. All right, so if anybody out there is thinking, you know what, it's time for to bring my dog in for a grooming, any advice for perhaps first-timers, like the first time, just even the drive to the groomer?
Definitely.
Could be scary.
Yeah, and I think that something to keep in mind is that dogs are very hypersensitive to our own feelings or anxieties, and so a lot of it can be transferred really easily from you to your dog. Understandably so, like when you are bringing your pup in for their first groom, it can be really nerve-wracking for you, but I think the point is to choose a place that is going to like be very aware of those things and take them very seriously so that you can be comfortable that when they're going in there, they are being really taken care of.
Well, Jen, thank you for coming today. Thank you for bringing Winston. I feel much calmer myself.
Yeah.
We put all the information about East Coast Dog on our website. There's a wet one.